Hi family, this is Amanda's How We Be with the New York Liberty. Thank you Pride Live for inviting us to be a part of Stonewall Day. I am so proud to be celebrating this day with you. The New York Liberty will always stand by you, never silent, and never finish the fight for equality.
This is Joe Harris with the Brooklyn Nets. We are honored to be a part of Stonewall Day and to celebrate with all of you. Our team will continue to fight for our friends in the LGBTQ community and to stand strong for equality.
For 35 years and counting, Stoli serves Pride by supporting, working for, and strutting our stuff for the LGBTQ plus community, and as a proud supporter of Pride Live Stonewall Day. Cheers!
Hello, this is Tim Parker from the New York Red Bulls. With all that's going on in the world right now, I believe it's important to listen, to learn, and to most importantly support one another, because the world we live in needs to change for the better and for everyone.
So proud to be supporting Pride Live Stonewall Day for the third consecutive year and be a part of the continuing fight for full equality.
Hi everybody, we're the band Betty.
As a band, we've been playing for 34 years at different prides all over the world, and we've been so proud to be a part of this movement, and we miss everyone.
So much, but it doesn't matter where you are because we're all family, we're all together, and we can all be proud.
Coming out of baked cake, baked cake, baked cake. If I knew you were coming out of baked cake, baked cake, baked cake. Who's proud today? I'm proud today. You're proud today. Let's love all the way, love all the way. Clap your hands way up high, shout it out. Happy Pride. Clap your hands way up high, shout it out. Happy Pride. Who's proud today? I'm proud today. You're proud today. Let's love all the way. Love all the way. Hoop, hoop. Hoop, hoop. Hoop, hoop. Who's proud today? Hoop, hoop. Hoop, hoop. Hoop, hoop. Who's proud today? Clap your hands way up high. Shout it out. Happy Pride. Clap your hands way up high. Shout it out. Happy Pride.
I'm David White, National Executive Director of SAG-AFTRA, and a very proud Stonewall Day ambassador. The Stonewall uprising occurred during a time period when the Black community was also standing up, using our voice, and taking it to the streets. In fact, Stonewall was led by many people of color, including Marsha P. Johnson and many others. And here we are yet again, both communities continuing our fight. As a leader of a labor union, I know well the power of solidarity and collective action. Please know that the members of SAG-AFTRA, the largest union of media artists in the world, stand with you. Together, we will be on the right side of history.
Oh my Lord, I've inherited a gay bar.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Dusty Muffin, and I gotta warn you, this muffin has nuts.
What do you know about running a drag bar?
I'm a Southern Baptist choir mistress. Different songs, same divas. Some of the same wigs, too.
More laughter, more joy, more mascara.
Hi, my name is London, and I am so proud to be recognizing Pride Live Stonewall Day with my LGBTQ plus fam. I've been fighting against racism, and I've been fighting for equality within the fashion community, and now I'm doing the same thing out on the streets. I'd like to give thanks and gratitude to all of the Black queer folks who were fighting back in 1969. We are carrying their legacies on our backs today, and if you want to embrace Black culture, queer culture, and Black queer culture, now's your chance to get up and fight for it. Get active, take action, do your thing. Sending you much love and power this pride.
Hi family, this is Amanda's How We Be with the New York Liberty. Thank you Pride Live for inviting us to be a part of Stonewall Day. I am so proud to be celebrating this day with you. The New York Liberty will always stand by you, never silent, and never finish the fight for equality.
This is Joe Harris with the Brooklyn Nets. We are honored to be a part of Stonewall Day and to celebrate with all of you. Our team will continue to fight for our friends in the LGBTQ community and to stand strong for equality.
For 35 years and counting, Stoli serves pride by supporting, working for, and strutting our stuff for the LGBTQ plus community, and as a proud supporter of Pride Live Stonewall Day. Cheers!
Hello, this is Tim Parker from the New York Red Bulls. With all that's going on in the world right now, I believe it's important to listen, to learn, and to most importantly support one another, because the world we live in needs to change for the better and for everyone.
So proud to be supporting Pride Live Stonewall Day for the third consecutive year and be a part of the continuing fight for full equality.
Hi, everybody. We're the band Betty.
As a band, we've been playing for 34 years at different prides all over the world, and we've been so proud to be a part of this movement, and we miss everyone.
So much. But it doesn't matter where you are because we're all family, we're all together, and we can all be proud.
you were coming out of baked cake, baked cake, baked cake. If I knew you were coming out of baked cake, baked cake, baked cake. Who's proud today? I'm proud today. You're proud today. Let's love all the way, love all the way. Clap your hands way up high, shout it out. Happy Pride. Clap your hands way up high, shout it out. Happy Pride. Who's proud today? I'm proud today. You're proud today. Let's love all the way, love all the way. Hoop, hoop. Hoop, hoop. Hoop, hoop. Who's proud today? Hoop, hoop. Hoop, hoop. Hoop, hoop. Who's proud today? Clap your hands way up high, shout it out. Happy Pride. Clap your hands way up high, shout it out. Happy Pride.
I'm David White, National Executive Director of SAG-AFTRA, and a very proud Stonewall Day ambassador. The Stonewall uprising occurred during a time period when the Black community was also standing up, using our voice, and taking it to the streets. In fact, Stonewall was led by many people of color, including Marsha P. Johnson and many others. And here we are yet again, both communities continuing our fight. As a leader of a labor union, I know well the power of solidarity and collective action. Please know that the members of SAG-AFTRA, the largest union of media artists in the world, stand with you. Together, we will be on the right side of history.
Oh my Lord, I've inherited a gay bar.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Dusty Muffin, and I gotta warn you, this muffin has nuts.
What do you know about running a drag bar?
I'm a Southern Baptist choir mistress. Different songs, same divas. Some of the same wigs, too.
More laughter, more joy, more mascara.
Hi, my name is London, and I am so proud to be recognizing Pride Live Stonewall Day with my LGBTQ plus fam. I've been fighting against racism, and I've been fighting for equality within the fashion community, and now I'm doing the same thing out on the streets. I'd like to give thanks and gratitude to all of the Black queer folks who were fighting back in 1969. We are carrying their legacies on our backs today, and if you want to embrace Black culture, queer culture, and Black queer culture, now's your chance to get up and fight for it. Get active, take action, do your thing. Sending you much love and power this pride.
Welcome, everyone. I'm Gina Rosero at Nasdaq headquarters in New York City, celebrating the 3rd annual Stonewall Day. As a young trans girl, born and raised in the Philippines, a very proud immigrant, to be here in this moment is a journey that I had to fight for. All truth, I wish I was outside on Christopher Street, but this is what socially distant Stonewall looks like. However, the reasons we joined together do not change. We are here to acknowledge the pride movement that started when heroes like Marsha P. Johnson, Sylvia Rivera, Miss Major, Stormy DeLavier, and hundreds of brave LGBTQ people, many of them people of color, a number of them homeless youth, stood up to police brutality and social indifference, just as we are doing in 2020. We stand with those in protest now. In that spirit of strength and rebellion, we're bringing you powerful messages, beautiful performances, and the opportunity to give back to 4 incredible beneficiaries that are helping our community survive and thrive during and post-pandemic. Lifeline, TransLatin Coalition, Brave Space Alliance, and the Ally Coalition. Just text REBEL to 243-725 to make a donation. Tim Gill and Scott Miller have kicked off our Stonewall Day Text to Give campaign with a $50,000 donation. That's incredible. Thank you, Tim and Scott. We have gorgeous performances today from Hayley, Kiyoko, Kesha, Cynthia, Erivo, and more. Messages from activists and icons, including President Barack Obama. And right now, we start off with Jill Biden and Vice President Joe Biden.
Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for having us. Jill and I are honored to be with you to commemorate Stonewall Day and to celebrate the 50th anniversary of Pride Month and the Christopher Street Liberation March. You know, Pride is particularly poignant this year. Even as the LGBTQ plus rights continue to be attacked, the Supreme Court has affirmed protections for the LGBTQ plus people against employment discrimination. Even as the lives of trans individuals, especially Black trans women, are under threat, we're reminded that Marsha P. Johnson and Sylvia Rivera helped bring life to the movement. Against the backdrop of the pandemic and historic protest against systematic injustice and racism, we are reminded of those courageous individuals who first marched decades ago and has renewed our hope.
This has been a difficult year, and yet we have so many reasons to feel hopeful. In the midst of this pandemic, we have seen our communities come together to deliver groceries and open food banks for those who have lost jobs. With the DACA decision, our dreamers can breathe a little easier. And after last week's ruling, Americans can no longer be fired from their job because of who they are or whom they love. Yes, Pride is indeed different this year. Yet whether we are celebrating from a distance or marching in the streets against injustice, this month reminds us that progress is not waited for, but won. After all, Pride is a protest.
We've made tremendous progress for the LGBTQ equality and all the people who share in that over these last several years. Those hard-fought successes belong to you, though. But the fight is far from over, and the path ahead is going to be anything but easy. These fights require leadership. Wherever injustice exists, leaders across the world must respond with action. And I assure you, America once again will be the beacon of hope for the LGBTQ people here at home and throughout the world. So thanks again for having us, and happy Pride.
I'm Amara Jones. On Stonewall Day, we must remember that Black and brown trans women started the fight for LGBTQ liberation, but we have not benefited from the movement that we helped to start. 2 out of the 3 founders of Black Lives Matter are LGBTQ women, and trans rights are one of the stated goals of Black Lives Matter. And that's essential because we know historically that when we try to prioritize some rights or some people over others, those gains don't last very long. We have to make sure that both movements learn from history. In other words, we all go or nobody goes, and this Pride, I want everyone to know we are going.
Hello, friends. This is Luke Evans, coming to you from Europe, where I'm hoping you are all safe, healthy, and finding ways to remain hopeful and committed to important causes in these difficult times. It means so much to me to be a part of the 3rd annual Stonewall Day and to show my support in every way I can for protesters around the world who are fighting for equality for everyone.
Hey y'all, Nico and Bethany here, coming to you live from our house upstate on Stonewall Day. And we have one big message to share with you all, and that is love. Under the anger, under the confusion, under the resistance, there is always, no matter what, love. We are so proud to be part of a movement, part of a community where we look out for each other, no matter what. And like so many of us today, we recognize Pride and stand in complete solidarity with the Black Lives Matter movement and everything it represents.
Now, because we're far apart, we want to invite you all to take a moment to join us in some virtual connection, right? You can call it a meditation or intention setting or a prayer, or honestly, you don't have to call it anything at all. But in just a moment, I'm going to ask us all to take a deep breath. And with this collective deep breath, I want us to send a message from our hearts for those who are troubled right now. Sending a message of love, right? Send a message for the safety of the protesters. Send a message of encouragement for our leaders to lead with empathy and compassion. And then also for all of us to look to each other for strength and for guidance as we continue the work that was started at Stonewall and that will create a fair, safe, joyous, and equal place for all of us. So together, take a big inhale. Hold it for just a moment. Think about your message, find that love, and then all together, we exhale. Thank you all, and happy Pride.
Pride is a celebration, a public affirmation of queer and trans expression, and an opportunity for our community to come together and validate one another. As we commemorate Stonewall Day, it's important to remember that this fight started with trans women and gender non-conforming people of color who physically resisted hate, discrimination, and police brutality. Their actions led to the Pride celebration we've had all month. It's also important to remember that there's still many people who are still fighting for their lives today. That's why Trans Lifeline exists, to connect trans and gender non-conforming people with community, resources, and support, such that our communities can not only survive, but also thrive. Take a look.
Since our founding in 2014, Trans Lifeline operates a peer support and crisis hotline and a micro-granting program that puts money in trans people's hands. This is built by us and run by us.
Every single time you call, you'll be speaking to another trans or non-binary person. No exceptions.
We will never call the cops on you unless you explicitly ask us to.
Our microgrants program distributes low barrier funds directly to trans people who need to legally change our name and gender on our IDs. And until our prison system is abolished, our Inside Advocacy Project redistributes money to trans people who are imprisoned or have been recently released.
Lanzaremos una línea directa solamente para las personas hispanohablantes.
We are building the power to reach out to our people wherever they are.
And remember, we're not just a crisis line, and we don't define what a crisis is and isn't. Call us if you want to talk to another trans person.
Hi, everyone. I'm Elena Roseveta, Executive Director here at Trans Lifeline. Since the COVID-19 pandemic hit, we've been seeing more and more calls come into our peer support hotline, and more of those calls have been severe crisis calls. Our community is reaching out for help and letting us know that this situation has made what they're already facing even harder, whether that's being sheltered in place with unsupportive family or abusive partners, fear about being denied life-saving healthcare during a pandemic, losing work when discrimination already made finding safe places to work difficult, or being unhoused and not knowing where to go. For trans people in prison and immigration detention centers, systems that disproportionately criminalize trans people of color, already inhumane conditions have been made worse as those places become COVID outbreak centers that they can't escape and that won't give them decent care or basic safety precautions. And escalating police violence across this country, especially toward Black trans people, has only made all of this worse. So we want to let you know a few important things. You are not alone. Our lines are always open for trans people experiencing police violence. We know that calling police and emergency services often puts trans people, especially trans people of color, in more danger, not less. So we will never call the police on a caller unless that caller explicitly asks us to. Starting this Pride Month, at least 75% of our microgrants are guaranteed to go to applicants who are Black, Indigenous, and of color, and at least 20 of those a month will be going to trans youth. This summer, we're launching dedicated Spanish language services on our hotline so we can make sure that our trans Latinx family have more access to peer support that's divested from the police and ICE. And our Inside Advocacy program directly serves trans people behind bars with financial aid and support. It's a start, but we've got a long way to go. We believe in trans people, trans leadership, expertise, and excellence. And we believe that our people deserve the very best. That means that wherever our people are, whatever their struggles, we've got to be there, and we're not leaving anyone behind. That's why we're asking for your support today. But first, we want to ask you to double down and match whatever you give us with a gift to a Black-led organization. None of us are free until all of us are free. And you can learn more and find amazing organizations to support at #DoubleDownOnTransFutures. Together, we can show up for our people. To support Trans Lifeline today, text the word REBEL to 243-725. And now, to honor our organization and our current climate, we have a really transformative piece created by choreographer and Broadway dance captain Kellen Stansel, shot in multiple locations, including the Seven Magic Mountains installation in Nevada. He hopes it speaks to the shift from darkness to light, from the storm clouds that we can see above us, to the rainbows that lie ahead. Here's Transcend.
Ain't no mountain high, ain't no valley low, ain't no river wide enough. If you need me, call me, no matter where you are, no matter how far, don't worry. Just call my name, I'll be there in a hurry. You don't have to worry. Oh, there ain't no mountain high enough, ain't no valley low enough, ain't no river wide enough to keep me from getting to you, to you. I remember the day I set you free. I told you you could always count on me. From that day on, I made a vow I'll be there where you want me, some way, somehow. 'Cause there ain't no mountain high enough, ain't no valley low enough, ain't no river wide enough to keep me from getting to you.
Hi everyone, I'm Katy Perry. And usually on Pride, I'm thinking, what total banger can I dance to that will fill my heart with joy and reflect the light and love that emanates from the LGBTQ community? But this Pride, I'm really focused on ways I can be of service. How can I help organizations like the beneficiaries Pride Live is recognizing today that need extra support during these compelling times? And how can I use my privilege and my platform to support the movement towards justice and equality? That mission feels more important to me than ever as I get ready to bring a new life into this world. The wish I have for my child is that she'll be happy and healthy and safe. It's the same wish every mother has for their kid. It's the wish that Trayvon's mom had, and Brianna's, and George's, and Tony's. And the list is too damn long. But I'm here to listen, learn, and take action so that every wish can come true for every family. Thank you, LGBTQ community, for letting me be part of your pride and part of your lives. And know that you inspire me with your strength and your perseverance on Stonewall Day and every day. Love you.
Thank you, Katy. I'm Gina Rosero, National Chair of Stonewall Day, here at Nasdaq headquarters. Remember that you can support Trans Lifeline and all of our beneficiaries. Just text the word REBEL to 243-725 to keep giving. And if you are posting about Pride Live Stonewall Day on socials and encouraging your friends to give, use the hashtag Stonewall Day. We couldn't be here celebrating Stonewall Day without our partners like WarnerMedia. Take a look.
We live in a world that tells so many people they're not enough. I'm here to tell you that you are.
And once you see it, you can't not see it.
Growing up, I was very misunderstood.
I was not accepted. These people matter. They give me self-worth.
Don't let nothing get you down. It's the only way to live.
Clearly, I have a thing for strong women. She has good taste.
Love is immortal. Love creates something that was not there before.
We're here to get American license.
You, sir, are a national treasure.
I get to be whoever I want.
When someone sees you as you really are and wants to be with you, that's powerful.
Hi, everyone. I'm Dennis Williams, Senior Vice President of Corporate Social Responsibility at WarnerMedia. I want to start by saying a huge congratulations to Dr. Yvette Burton and the entire Pride Live team on being able to pull off this remarkable event during what we all know are really, really unusual circumstances. I also want to acknowledge that, this year while we're celebrating Pride, many of us are still thinking about the impact that the coronavirus has had, particularly on marginalized communities. It's not lost on us, of course, that the riots and the rebellions that happened at the Stonewall Inn in 1969 are eerily familiar to what we're seeing in the streets today as it relates to injustice and inequity, police brutality. Many of us have long known that these are intersectional conversations. And so as we move into the celebratory period of Pride, I think it's important for us to look back and reflect on those that came before us to make these moments possible. So I want to thank Dr. Burton and her team again for letting WarnerMedia be a part of this. There's a lot in our world that needs to be worked on, but there's also a lot in our world that we need to celebrate. So congratulations to everyone. Happy Pride.
Olá everyone, I'm Valentina Sampaio and I'm so happy to celebrate the third annual Stonewall Day with you. I was elated last year when I became the first transgender model hired by Victoria's Secret, and I can't wait until I can get on there on the runway again and represent for all beautiful LGBTQ community. We need to build inclusion in every walk of life for every gender, size, color, and identity. Even in these challenging times, it's fantastic to watch it happen. Happy Pride!
Hey everybody, Demi Lovato here. And as a member of the queer community, I feel so much pride joining you to celebrate Stonewall Day, a day we celebrate to honor the spirit of rebellion and to continue the conversation of equality. Over 50 years ago, a courageous group of individuals took to the streets of New York to fight for equal rights for the gay community. And they succeeded in ushering in a new era of change. It's because of moments in our history like these that we know the voices of people have the power to bring an end to injustices. It's why we are once again coming together across this nation right now to fight another fight for the equal and human rights of Black Americans. Our nation has been hit hard by the coronavirus pandemic. The last few months have left our queer community in need of life-saving services. Together, we can support LGBTQIA+ organizations that have been hit so hard by this pandemic. So please, if you are able, take a moment to text a donation to the Stonewall Day beneficiaries who you are hearing from on this live stream. I want everyone in the LGBTQIA+ community to know that I treasure everything that you are and everything you do to make this world more inclusive, more creative, and more beautiful. You're in my heart today and always. Happy Stonewall Day. I love you.
Hello from Austria. I'm Tom Conchita Wurst, and I'm sending regards to you from Vienna. We are witnessing very special times, not only because we cannot meet personally and because many of us cannot perform or take pride to the streets, but also because we are in the midst of global change for a life that's free and equal for everyone. Also, I'm here to say we are very grateful for your help today. You can see that the energy of Stonewall is alive, also here in Europe. So remember that the spirit of Stonewall is not just in the West Village, not just in New York City, it lives everywhere. It can live in your heart just as it lives in mine. Be safe, be strong, no matter where you are and no matter who you love.
Hi, everybody. I am Justin Tranter, pop songwriter and LGBTQ activist. I'm so honored to be a part of this Stonewall Day. I wish that we could be out on the streets, dancing and sweating and living in positive protest, but I'm still gonna bring the music. This song that you're about to hear and see, I was lucky enough to co-write with the woman singing it, Shia Diamond. It is the theme song for HBO's We're Here. It is a pride anthem on top of pride anthems. Shia is strong, she is talented, she is beautiful, she is Black, and she is trans, and she is America.
And I'm burning through the roof. Baby, I am America, and I'm here to change the news. I know you feel it, won't you say it like you mean it? And when you say it one more time with feeling. Baby, I am America, let me make it crystal clear. We're here.
Hi everyone, I am Blossom C. Brown, and I am so happy to be a part of Stonewall Day. But my heart is heavy. This year, as I see the pain inside of our community, in and out, as a trans woman of color, I know what it's like to feel unsafe. We've lost so many trans people of color to police brutality, and we cannot accept that. So I give my respect now to our partners in protest in every community. We say the names of the lives that have been lost, like George Floyd, Breonna Taylor, Ahmaud Arbery, Rashard Brooks, Tony McDade, Dominique Fells, and Raya Milton, and so many more. And for those who just don't get it, let me remind you, you can't love our culture and not love our people. It has to be all for one and one for all.
Well, hello everybody. It's Richard Branson here, and I'm proud to be a 2020 Stonewall Day ambassador. And I believe this year we have a real opportunity and a responsibility to stand up for our shared humanity, both in our private and in our public lives. At Virgin, that means championing equality and celebrating our LGBTQ employees, but also taking a stand against racism and racial injustice. It's a marathon, not a sprint, but we're in this for the long run, and we're grateful for the work of so many brilliant organizations that share our values and move these issues forward. And so I encourage all of you to contribute what you can to this year's Stonewall Day appeal. Just text the word REBEL to 243725. To all of our LGBTQ friends and family around the globe, happy Pride. And to everyone out there, my family and I wish you safety and equality wherever you are.
Hey, I'm Josephine Scriver. I have been a Stonewall Day supporter from the start. I was in New York City last year, and here I am in Nashville now. I think it's a pretty good reminder that anyone, anywhere can support Stonewall Day and the Stonewall legacy. Just be a part of it. As many of you may know, I was raised by the LGBTQIA+ community. I'm extremely proud to be a rainbow kid and to belong to a flag that is this embracing and colorful. I will always be an ally. I'll always stand right next to you and just be loud and proud about it. But more than ever, my community needs to be protected and heard, because we know that every Black life matters, and we will fight for all, because Pride was created by Black and brown trans women who stood up to police brutality in a way that inspired the movement we know today. I want to thank everybody who donated and gave money today, because every dollar counts. I want to wish you a happy Pride and hope you're doing the best.
Hey everybody, I'm Johnny Beauchamp from New York City, and it means so much to me to be connected to my community and honoring the legacy of Stonewall. Every day we're making change, and we do it in different ways. I mean, some of us protest, and some of us are giving to organizations that matter, and some of us are just expressing ourselves authentically in the workplace. I feel so lucky that I've been able to do that with my roles on TV, so that the world can see an LGBTQ Latinx person that lives a full and textured life. Representation is so important because it changes minds, but most importantly, it changes hearts. And today we have a chance to do that by supporting our beneficiaries. And that's why I'm so excited to present the next one, the TransLatin Coalition. Take a look.
Hola, I'm Bambi Salcedo, President and CEO of the TransLatin Coalition. For the last decade, our organization has been advocating for the specific needs of the trans community that resides in the United States. Today, on Stonewall Day, we remember our trans siblings that launched this rebellion and started our movement. And you can support us now by texting REBEL to 243725. Mi mensaje para mis compañeras translatinas. La coalición translatina ha luchado por los derechos de las personas trans que viven en los Estados Unidos por más de 10 años. Hoy en este día de Stonewall, recordamos a nuestras hermanas trans que iniciaron esta rebelión y nuestro movimiento. Les pido por favor que manden un mensaje de texto que diga REBEL al 243725. We have now a treat for you. Please help me welcome the amazing Hayley Kiyoko.
Thanks, Bambi. I am so amazed by the work TransLatin Coalition is doing, and I'm so proud of my LGBTQIA+ community, especially on Stonewall Day. We can see the energy and rebellion of 1969 still alive to this day, and it has to be, because it is our job for our generation to continue the fight and to finally get true, lasting safety and equality for our community. So I am here with my band, Lawrence, Valerie, and Nikki, and we're gonna be performing a couple of my favorite songs. So wherever you are celebrating today, I hope you can sing along and enjoy, and if you can, please donate and text REBEL to 243725, and I hope you enjoy. So here we go. Coming out of my cage and I've been doing just fine. Gotta be down because I want it all. It started out with a kiss, how did it end up like this? It was only a kiss, it was only a kiss. Now I'm falling asleep and she's calling a cab while he's having a smoke and she's taking a drive. Now they're going to bed and my stomach is sick and it's on my head, but she's touching his chest now. He takes off her dress now. Let me go. And I just can't look, it's killing me and taking control. Jealousy, turning saints into the sea, swimming through sick lullabies, choking on your alibis, but it's just the price I pay. Destiny is calling me, open up my eager eyes, 'cause I'm Mr. Brightside. Thank you. This next song is one of my favorite songs. It's called Girls Like Girls. If you know it, sing along with me, please. Stealing kisses from your missus doesn't make you freak out. Got you fussing, got you worried, scared to let your guard down. Boys. Tell the neighbors I'm not sorry if I'm breaking walls down, building your girl's second story, ripping all your floors out. Saw your face, heard your name, gotta get with you. Girls like boys do, nothing new. Isn't this why we came? Gotta get with you. Girls like boys do, nothing new. Girls like boys do, nothing new. Always gonna steal your thunder. Watch me like a dark cloud on the move, collecting numbers. I'ma take your girl out. We will be everything that we'd ever need. Oh, don't tell me what I feel. I'm reeling out, I feel like boys. Let me hear you. I'm reeling out, I feel like boys. Saw your face, heard your name, gotta get with you. Girls like boys do, nothing new. Isn't this why we came? Gotta get with you. Girls like boys do, nothing new. Girls like boys do, nothing new. I've been crossing all the lines, kissed your girls and made you cry, boys. I miss you all and I love you all. Happy Pride. Give it to us, Larry. Let's go. Saw your face, heard your name, gotta get with you. Girls like boys do, nothing new. Isn't this why we came? Tell me if you feel it too. Tell me girls like boys do, nothing new. Girls like boys do, nothing new. Mwah! I love you all. Thank you so much. Happy Pride. See you guys soon. Bye.
Hello, I'm George Takei. On this third annual Stonewall Day, I have a message for my LGBTQ family. We cannot celebrate Pride today, but remain silent tomorrow. Stonewall was a protest that turned into a rebellion because of persistent police brutality against our community. That's why we must stand in solidarity with our Black brothers and sisters and the full spectrum in between. It's the next chapter in our historic legacy. Happy Pride.
You know, if you said to me that 2020 has been a terrible year, I think few would disagree. 2020, in all of its darkness, is also an opportunity. So the truth about darkness is it allows us to see things inside of ourselves we might not otherwise see. And I think for a lot of people out there, not just LGBTQ people, we're starting to feel a small light, a flame inside us. And that flame might represent our rage, our desire for change, our pride, or our hope. And what is our responsibility to that flame? Because we have a responsibility to it. Our responsibility is to put our flame together with others and to create a bonfire of change in this darkness. Now that means creating the coalition of yeses that Harvey Milk spoke so eloquently about, to lock arms with our brothers and sisters from other social justice movements who are feeling that light and that flame inside of themselves right now and who are rising up and demanding change. And what can you do? That's something only you can answer. What are you good at? Can you write? Can you speak? Can you lift up your own voice? Can you get out into the street and demand change in visible fashion? If you can, then do it. Can you write a check? Can you fund the many causes that need money right now in order to realize change? If you can, then do it. And if you need to research, if you need to do your reading, then do that and lift up other voices. But do so as a coalition. Abandon the myopia of LGBTQ equality and understand that our equality is locked with others. So join together, lock arms, and make that tiny flame inside of you into a bonfire of progress that will lead to all of our equality. Now, live from New York City, a global agent for equity and empowerment, the president of Pride Live, Vaid-Menon.
Happy Pride and thank you, Lance. On behalf of Pride Live Stonewall Day, thank you for stepping into this moment and seizing the opportunity to live your prideful purpose. An event like Pride Live Stonewall Day is the result of boundary-spanning support and partnerships. Special thank you to our partners, WarnerMedia, Pride Media, Stoli, the New York Yankees, and Major League Soccer. And thank you to our beneficiaries for the incredible work they do for our community, using our lives to pierce the silence around continued oppression of our family members who are trans people of color is much more than an ornamental nod to political correctness. It's fundamental to the heart and soul of our collective history. From the Black activist and Stonewall leader, Marsha P. Johnson, to the recent murders of Dominique Fells and Rhea Milton, Black trans people continue to be the catalyst and the litmus test for full equality in the communities they live in. When Barack Obama was asked, why the focus on Black Lives Matter and not All Lives Matter or Blue Lives Matter, he warned that we underscore, of course all lives matter, but the impact of violence that Black people experience and the urgency of it now is not equal. It's my honor to introduce the 44th President of the United States, President Barack Obama.
Hey everybody, it is great to join you for Pride Live's third annual Stonewall Day. We're almost 51 years since the night when the patrons at the Stonewall Inn stood up for their rights and set off one of America's defining victories for civil rights. Because of the movement they sparked and the decades of work that followed, marriage equality became the law of the land 5 years ago. And just this month, the Supreme Court ruled that employers can no longer discriminate against LGBTQ workers. And all that progress is worth celebrating and reflecting on. The struggle and triumph for LGBTQ rights shows how protest and politics go hand in hand. How we've got to both shine a light on injustice and translate those aspirations into specific laws and institutional practices. So whether we're fighting to protect a patient from discrimination in the healthcare system or to combat violence against the LGBTQ community, particularly trans women of color, or to link arms with the causes of racial and social justice that have been sweeping the country, I hope you know that your voice can make an enormous difference. I hope you all understand what Edie Windsor and Harvey Milk and Bayard Rustin all knew, that progress doesn't happen on its own. It happens because we stand up, speak out, and demand change. That's what America has always been about. So keep on protesting peacefully and safely, whether that's in your home, on social media, or out in the streets. Make sure you're registered to vote. And most of all, never doubt that the democratic story of change that we celebrate today is still possible, because it is. And if we all do our part in our time, I believe that 5 years or 50 years from now, folks might gather to commemorate the victories that we all achieved beginning right now. Thanks, everybody, and happy Pride Month.
Hello, everyone. I'm Valerie Jarrett, the board chair of When We All Vote, and I am just delighted to be here with you today as we recognize this important anniversary during this historic moment in our nation's history. I'm so proud of everyone who has met these times with passion, with empathy, with fearlessness, with a willingness to open hearts and minds to the voices that can simply no longer be ignored. We're carrying forward the tradition of Stonewall when we call on everyone to create a healthier and more just world for all of our brothers and sisters. We know our responsibility to step into spaces that are likely uncomfortable, but that will lead to action and to never settle for the status quo. Our responsibility to vote, to make sure everyone you know is registered to vote, and to combat voter suppression are real, and we know what to do, so let's do it. We must also support organizations that work to create change that we know to be fair, just, and equitable. So, right now, I want you to please join me, pull out your cell phones, and I want you to text REBEL to 243725. That's REBEL to 243725. And make a difference in the lives of the LGBTQ people who really need our help right now. Come on, I'm waiting. And now our next speaker became a real hero during the pandemic when he made face masks for frontline workers all across our country. And he created this year's Pride Live Stonewall Day t-shirts. Please join me in welcoming Christian Siriano.
Hey everyone, I'm Christian Siriano, and last year I had the pleasure of being on the streets at Pride Live Stonewall Day celebration, and it was amazing. And all the people there were amazing because Pride is for everyone. It is for people inside the community and people out. And I think that that is something really beautiful and inspiring to think about. And this year, you really don't have to be in the same place to still connect and bring that same energy. It's the energy that we take with us everywhere we go, no matter where we are. And I think right now, that means you have pride in you because wherever you are, you can still celebrate. And that's what we want today. We want today to be a celebration, but also let's take some action.
Hey guys, it's Taylor. I wanted to say happy Pride Month. The Stonewall Inn has been such a symbol of rebellion in the face of oppression and such a safe place for people. I want to say thank you to everybody who works there, everyone who has worked there, everyone who's made it the place that it is. I was lucky enough to get to go and perform at the Stonewall Inn last summer when my friend Jesse Tyler Ferguson invited me to come and crash his set. And everybody there was so lovely and wonderful. We had a really good step forward recently with the Supreme Court ruling based on discrimination based on sex. But we still have so far to go in terms of equality and protections for LGBTQ people and people in the trans community. The Equality Act has still not been passed, and that needs to happen. I got my census the other day, and there were two choices for gender. There was male and female. And that erasure was so upsetting to me, the erasure of transgender and non-binary people. And when you don't collect information on a group of people, that means that you have every excuse in the world not to support them. When you don't collect data on a community, that's a really, really brutal way of dismissing them. So obviously we all need to exercise our right to vote this year. We need to check out our absentee ballot policy in our states, and we need to make sure that we elect people who care about all communities. I love you guys so much, and I hope you have an amazing rest of Pride Month and continue fighting the good fight.
Hi, I'm Diane Anderson Minchell, and I'm the CEO and editorial director of Pride Media. And we are, what's the word? Proud to be media sponsors of Stonewall Day. As a media company, we have the opportunity right now to take a collective stand for what's right and to advocate for those whose voices aren't always heard by our readers. Our mission right now is to amplify the voices of people of color in our outlets. Out, The Advocate, and Plus magazines, as well as Pride.com and Out Traveler. It's up to us to take a stand for what's right at the intersections of our movements and then push them forward with our reporting. We can and will do more to stand with Black LGBTQ folks, to speak out against anti-Blackness, systemic racism, healthcare inequality, social injustice, and more. And now it's my pleasure to honor and acknowledge our fourth and final beneficiary, the Ally Coalition. The Ally Coalition uses music to mobilize fans to support LGBTQ youth, who you probably know are far more likely to be victims of bullying, violence, depression, and suicide. But you can change that with your help. One of the beneficiaries of the Ally Coalition is the Ruth Ellis Center in Detroit, Michigan. And the funds raised for the Ally Coalition today will go their way. Take a look.
I always thought like I'm the only one. I don't know why, and then I came here and I kind of just was observant of what everyone was doing. And like you actually see that home away from home feel. It feels like family.
I just found that really remarkable coming to Ruth Ellis in a space where everybody is just like me, whether it be boy, girl, trans woman, trans man, it's on the equal playing field.
I'm way more confident than I used to be. It helped me understand that it's okay to be unique and be who you want to be.
Now I exude confidence because I learned that from the center. Like, you don't have to be ashamed of yourself for what you do.
It's one word to describe this place. It's a chance. Like, I have dreams. I really do. They just want me to achieve those dreams.
I'm Mark Irwin McCormick, he, him, and his, Director of Development and Advancement.
And I'm Nazarena Makasege-Minaya, she, her, Development Associate.
On behalf of the Ruth Ellis Center, we are so grateful to be included in this event today.
For more than 20 years, Ruth Ellis Center has continued the legacy of an extraordinary Black lesbian woman who provided a safe space for the Black LGBTQ community in Detroit as early as the 1930s.
What began as a 500 square foot drop-in center here in Detroit has evolved into a national leader in providing trauma-informed services for LGBTQ+ youth experiencing homelessness in the child welfare system or experiencing barriers to health and wellness.
As we celebrate Stonewall Day with powerful messages and music, please support us with your giving. Text REBEL, REBEL, to 243-725.
We know that LGBTQ+ youth are moved and supported by music, which has the power to change hearts and minds.
Especially music made for us, by us, and about us.
Here to perform in honor of the Ally Coalition, the Ruth Ellis Center, and Pride Live Stonewall Day,
give it up for Kesha.
Hey everybody, it's Kesha from home. And I just wanted to say thank you. I'm so emotional to be here today to perform in honor of the Ally Coalition, the Ruth Ellis Center, and LGBTQ youth on Stonewall Day. I really do believe that you're the future. You inspire me with your energy, your heart, your voices, and the way you take action. If you're 18, you better be voting in November. We need you. And if you're not 18 yet, make sure people know you matter. You're going to change the world. Thank you for having me. This one's for you.
I used to live in the darkness, dress in black, act so heartless, but now I see the colors are everything. Got kaleidoscopes in my hairdo, got back the stars in my eyes too. Yeah, now I see the magic inside of me. Yeah, maybe my head's fucked up, I'm falling back in love with being alive, dreaming in lights. It's good to get lost in mind. Been looking for a star since sign that I'll be alright. Look to the skies, I found baby, trust me, I know life is scary, but just put those colors on, girl. Come and paint the world with me tonight. I forgot how to daydream, so consumed with the wrong things, but in the dark I realize this life is short, and deep down I'm still a child, playful eyes wide and wild. I can't lose hope, what's left of my heart still made of gold. I know I'm still fucked up, but are we all, my love, darling? Our scars make us who we are. When the winds are howling strong and you think you can't go on, hold tight, sweetheart. You'll find a rainbow, rainbow, baby, trust me, I know life is scary, but just put those colors on, girl. Come and paint the world with me tonight. You gotta learn to let go, put the past behind you, trust me, I know those that try to find you, but just put those colors on, girl. Come and paint the world with me tonight, night, night, night. Ba-da-da-da-da-da-da. 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 Ba-da-da-da-da-da. You'll find a rainbow, rainbow, baby, trust me, I know life is scary, but just put those colors on, girl. You gotta learn to let go, put the past behind you, trust me, I know those that try to find you, but just put those colors on, girl. Come and paint the world with me tonight. Put those colors on, girl. Come and paint the world with me tonight. Ba-da-da-da-da-da-da. Ba-da-da-da-da-da. Come and paint the world with me tonight.
Hey everybody, Ryan Jamal Swain here. Listen, I just wanted to come by. I'm on a train right now heading home to see some family in Birmingham, Alabama, but happy Stonewall Day. And I wanted to take this moment to really recognize the cultural significance of what's happening currently in this country. And that is that Pride, Stonewall in, the gay uprising, the gay rights movement, was started as a means for people that were not seen and not valued to demand that type of action, that type of care. I am just so very excited, although I am charged and angry and really riled up to finally see some effective change when it deals with black and brown bodies like myself, black and brown people, black and brown humans. We will be remiss if we just thought that Pride was a moment to celebrate. It is a moment of celebration, but it's also a recognition around the work that so many unsung heroes and sung heroes in the queer community and the civil rights community have garnered and geared up to make sure that I can have the rights, and so many of you can. So I just wanted to say I love you. Happy Stonewall Day. I'm so proud to be a part of the Stonewall Ambassadors. So thank you to everyone. Diane, I love you. And be well, everybody. Bye.
For 35 years and counting, Stoli serves Pride by supporting, working for, and strutting our stuff for the LGBTQ plus community, and as a proud supporter of Pride Live Stonewall Day. Cheers!
Hey everyone, this is Stella Maxwell in LA, and I am sending love on Pride. This time at home has given me a lot of time to think, and I know it's changed our outlook on life. I have certainly been reminded that we should appreciate every moment we have, and to appreciate the liberties we sometimes take for granted, whether that's how we live our lives, who we are, or who we love. Love gives us hope and strength, so let's love the earth and each other. Here's to love and generosity on Stonewall Day.
Hey everybody, I'm Shelley Wright. Hello and happy Pride from the mountains of Vermont. I'm so happy and honored to be a Stonewall ambassador. I'm a gay woman in country music and strides are being made in country music. Also, let's mark the 5th anniversary of marriage equality. 5 years ago, our Supreme Court decided that if you love somebody, you can marry them. And I've been married 10 years, almost 10 years. 10 years? I've been out for 10 years and married 9. And these things wouldn't have happened were it not for great organizations like Stonewall and Pride Live and all of you. So thank you. Happy Pride. Be safe. Hug your loved ones. Be well. And I'll see you out there soon. Bye-bye.
My name is Maisie Richardson-Sellers. I'm an actor, a filmmaker, and proudly queer. Now, with the horrifically disproportionate amount of violence that's experienced by the Black trans community, we need to do everything in our power to protect our trans siblings and to make sure that LGBTQ+ individuals have access to inclusive, safe spaces. Now, I may play a superhero on TV, but my true heroes are those who are on the ground doing life-changing and life-saving intersectional work. An example of that is our next beneficiary, the Brave Space Alliance. Now, the Brave Space Alliance is the first Black-led, trans-led LGBTQ+ center located on the south side of Chicago. Now, they are dedicated to creating and providing affirming, culturally competent, for us, by us resources, programming, and services for the LGBTQ+ individuals located on the south and west side of the city. Now, as they empower, embolden, and educate, they aim to build towards the liberation of all oppressed peoples.
I'm Lasaya Wade, and I'm so glad that you know more about Brave Space Alliance today. Trans people have always been at the forefront of liberation movements. And yet, too far, often, those movements forget that Black trans lives matter also. So we thank you for your donations that mean so much and help us do the essential work to create space for Black voices. We're really thrilled that this year's performer is here to honor us with her voice and her presence. So get your Kleenex, get ready. Here is the incredible Cynthia Erivo.
I'm so proud to be associated with Stonewall Day and Brave Space Alliance, and I'm so moved by all they do. Please, everyone, if you can, make a donation by texting REBEL, that's REBEL, to 243725, and know I'm sending love to all marginalized communities today through this music. Lots of love.
Imagine there's no heaven. It's easy if you try. No hell below us. Above us only sky. Imagine all the people living for today. Imagine there's no countries. It isn't hard to do. Nothing to kill or die for. And no religion too. Imagine all the people living life in peace. You may say I'm a dreamer, but I'm not the only one. Yeah. I hope someday you'll join us Imagine no possessions. I wonder if you can. No need for greed or hunger. A brotherhood of man. Imagine all the people sharing all the world. You may say I'm a dreamer, but I'm not the only one. I hope someday you'll join us, yeah. And the world will be as one. Oh, 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 oh. You may say I'm a dreamer, but I'm not the only one. I hope someday you'll join us, and the world will be as one. And the world will be as one. And the world will be as one. As one.
The Stonewall Uprising was 51 years ago, and without it, the LGBTQ community would not be where it is today. Now more than ever, we have to continue to fight. We have to fight for our Black men and women who are being killed just for the color of their skin. We have to fight for the transgender community who are losing all of their rights to medical care, and we have to help those who have lost everything to COVID-19. Please text REBEL 243725 to give whatever you can. And then march and rally and vote. Vote. And know that Portia and I will be standing right with you and everyone who has been fighting for justice since this began. Thank you so much.
Thanks to Ellen and all of the speakers and performers who joined us for Pride Live Stonewall Day. Thanks to our sponsors and partners, and thank you for supporting our beneficiaries. The show is over, but you can still text to give and invite your friends to help out too. The donation line will stay open through the weekend. Tonight, please join me and our friends from Stoli for a virtual happy hour where the giving will continue. That's at 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern on Abby's Facebook live stream.
Even though Stonewall Day is only 24 hours long, the spirit of it lasts throughout the year. Be safe, be strong, look out for each other, and let your pride shine bright. Peace.
I'm just curious. I'm just curious. I need a drink, whiskey in my thing, but shit is all good. I can handle things, I can wish that you would. You've been out of reach, could you explain? I think that you should. What you been up to, who's been loving you good? I'm so like a motor. I'm looking through the text and all the photos. But don't you worry, I can handle it. No, don't you worry, I